Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva manusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Bhakti Yoga, the Yoga of Devotion, the 12th chapter, and Sri Krishna has started telling us about what kind of qualities that are considered to be the best among a devotee, so that the devotee is very dear to the Lord, the qualities and attributes in the devotees. Prior to this, Sri Krishna had shown us various paths, various ways by which, by adopting those ways, by following those paths, we can reach the Lord, we can become one with the Lord, we can enter the Lord for that matter. And now Sri Krishna says that what qualities the devotee should possess. The last two verses that we read, the 13th and 14th, Sri Krishna had enumerated those 12 qualities. If we get even one of them, our life will be changed forever for the spiritual betterment. And what are those qualities that Sri Krishna told us about? Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitraha karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukakshami santushtah satatam yogi yatatma dhrudanishchayaha mayyarpito mano buddhir yo mat bhaktaha same priyaḥ. That devotee possessing all these 12 qualities is the dearmost to me. And let us once again just recap the qualities that Sri Krishna had told us. That adveshta, non-hatred, adveshta sarva bhutanam, non-hatred towards all the beings. Not only my family, my near and dear ones, my friends, those whom I like, and hate those whom I dislike. Not that kind of nature. Adveshta sarva bhutanam, non-hatred for all the beings, irrespective of nearness to me, irrespective whether I know them or not, irrespective whether I like them or not. So adveshta, that is the first quality, adveshta sarva bhutanam. Then second quality, maitraha, friendliness, karunaha, the compassion towards all. Then nirmama, no me and mine, my family, my friends, my beloved ones. Nirmamaha, my home, my property, my estate, my life. No me and mine. Just get rid of that me and mine, I and mine. Nirmamo, nirahankaraha, no arrogance, no pride. Why should I have it? So what if I am the richest person in this world? So what if I have the most beautiful wife or the most handsome spouse in this world? So what? No ahankara. Whatever I have, Lord has provided me with that. It is the Lord's gift. whatever I have, whatever I possess, all my possessions, they are all the Lord's gifts to me. They are all Lord's. I am just a caretaker for that matter. No ahankara. Then, samadukha sukha. The devotee has to be equiminded, whether it is a sorrow or a joy, whether it is dukkha or a sukha. And then, the devotee has to have that wonderful quality of forgiveness, kshami. That kshama, that is the best quality a person can ever possess. Forgive. So what if that fellow has done such a big wrong to me? Doesn't matter. And like Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda used to say that whatever happens in our life, whatever people do with us, we get what we deserve, nothing more, nothing less. If somebody insults me, I deserve that insult. If somebody admonishes me, I deserve that, admonishing. I should never be having any grudge against anybody. I should always be forgiveful. That forgiveness, that quality, that is one of the most unique traits of the devotee. Forgiving, forgiving, forgiving. Another trait, santushtaha satatam yogi. Santushta, he is ever contented. Whatever devotee receives, devotee is always contented. And satatam yogi. Constantly that devotee is pursuing the path of yoga that he has chosen. He doesn't deviate from the path a single moment. Once a devotee chooses the path of jnana, he is perfectly onto jnana. Path of bhakti, perfectly onto path of bhakti. Path of karma, perfectly on the path of karma, or path of tyaga. Fine. All along, most dedicatedly, with all the perseverance, the devotee starts walking on that path of yoga. Satatam yogi. Yatatma. Self-controlled. My entire self is totally controlled. My mind is under my control, my senses under my control, my intellect under my control. Yatatma. And dhrudanishchayaha. With the firm conviction, with the firm determination, this devotee is following that path. The devotee is so much with the firm in that devotion and shraddha and faith towards his chosen deity. And mayarpito mano buddhir, all the intellect has been handed over to me. The mind and intellect is Lord's. I don't have any ownership of that. Let Lord make me think what He wants me to think. So that is these are the 12 traits that Sri Krishna said about the devotee. And such a devotee, mad bhaktaha same priyaḥ, such kind of a devotee is dearmost to me. And to what Sri Krishna had told us, all these 12 qualities of the devotee, Sri Ramakrishna had put them in basically, he summed it up as the devotee with inordinate love and devotion for the Lord. And then he had spoken of the 3 Ds. Sri Ramakrishna had told about 3 Ds. What are those 3 Ds? The devotion, bhakti, discrimination, that is sat asat viveka buddhi, and detachment from worldliness, that is the tyaga. Sri Ramakrishna says that once a devotee possesses these 3 Ds, devotion, discrimination, and detachment from worldliness, the blessed Lord attaches all importance to that devotee. That devotee becomes most beloved of the Lord. So that is what Sri Krishna has started telling us, and he is further going to tell us in all these coming verses. He is further going to tell us, and that is going to be our objective of following the path of devotion that Sri Krishna has told us. We have to imbibe those qualities, those attributes, not only just these 12, or not only just these 3 or 5 that Sri Ramakrishna has told us, but Sri Krishna further elaborates on those attributes of the devotees. who are considered to be the best among devotees and who are beloved devotees of the Lord. Sri Krishna says, yasmānnodvijate loko, lokānnodvijate chayaha, harṣāmarṣabhayodvegairmukto yasacame priyaḥ. Now here is some more description of those devotional attributes that the devotee, once he starts following the path of devotion, path of bhakti, what changes start coming in that devotee? In the changes in the attitude, in the qualities, in the attributes, and with those changes, that devotee becomes Lord's most beloved. That Sri Krishna says, Yah sachame priyaḥ. He becomes dearmost to me. Who? Yasmānnodvijate loko, lokānnodvijate chayaha. Yasmāt na udvijate. Udvijate is afflicted. One who is not afflicted by happenings in the world. Yasmāt na udvijate lokah. He by whom the world is not afflicted. He by whom the world is not troubled at all. And lokat na udvijate chayaha. And he who is not troubled by the world, he who doesn't become upset by happenings in the world. See these two qualities. One who is not afflicting, who is not sending forth any afflictions to the world around him, to the world in which that individual is living. He is not creating any afflictions for anybody. Neither that bhakta, that devotee, that person is getting afflicted by the doings or wrongdoings of anybody. He is not bothered. He doesn't bother the world. He doesn't get bothered by the world. Now what happens in our case? We always keep on saying the world is going to dogs. I don't know why poor dogs are brought into that phrase. The world is going to dogs. Dogs are otherwise so lovable, creatures, creation of the Lord. But we look around and no hope. It is a useless situation. We look around and we start saying things are so bad. We get afflicted by the happenings in the world. But a bhakta is unmoved. Neither he moves anybody. Neither he troubles anybody by his actions, by his words, by his deeds, by his thoughts even. He doesn't afflict anybody. So what happens? So that is one quality that Sri Krishna is expecting in us, expecting in all the devotees who are going to become dearmost to the Lord. Then, harṣāmarṣabhayodvegairmukto. Harsha, amarsha, bhaya, udvaigaihi, muktaha. Muktaha, free from what? Free from joy. Free from elation for that matter. Free from rejoicing something good happening. Harsha. Amarsha. Amarsha is something happening bad. Amarsha is envy basically. Something good to us we accept. But something good happening to others, it is envious, isn't it? So Sri Krishna says, one who is free from joy, one who is free from envious nature, anger, then bhaya, who is free from fear, and udvega, anxiety. Udvega also means desperation. One who is free from such emotional outbursts or sudden rejoicing, sudden expressing the joys and expressing envy, expressing jealousy, expressing anger, those kind of negative expressions of the emotions. And one who is free from fear. We are always constantly living our lives under some fear. We have this fear, we have that fear. We have fear now with the recent pandemic. We all had that fear of, am I going to contact COVID? In spite of taking all the due precautions, people have got infected by that. People have lost their lives. So that fear, and fear of course, death. Fear of something wrong happening to us, something bad happening to us. We are constantly in that fear. Now, if we are devoting ourselves to the Lord, if we are considering everything happening as per the will of the Lord, then why fear? Let anything happen to me. It is Lord's doing. Why should I be afraid of it? Let me, being a child of the Lord, let me, being a child of the Divine Mother, boldly face whatever is happening to me in my life. So Sri Krishna wants us to be free from the element of fear and udvega, anxiety, desperation. We become so much desperate at times. We are always anxious. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? When is this war going to end? When is this inflation going to get over? When is this recession going to get over? We are always in that anxious state of mind. Udvega. Will this bad happen? Will that thing happen? Always we are in that state of emotional conflict, for that matter. And Sri Krishna says, so basically all what Sri Krishna wants from the devotees to be beloved of the Lord. Sri Krishna wants them to be full masters of even the emotional intelligence. The EI, what we are talking about now as the EI. Krishna spoke about it in the Gita. So these four qualities that Sri Krishna has described, they are the best indicators of how we should manage our emotional intelligence, of the excess joy or excess envy, jealousy, or the udvega, bhaya, udvega. Now we have to be free from all these emotional, unnecessary emotional expressions, to the extent that we hamper, kind of spoil our life, and we also spoil the lives of others. Naturally, when we are expressing our great joy, it may bring envy in somebody. In case that person doesn't happen to be following the path of devotion, he will be jealous of our happiness, of our joy, of our pleasure, he or she. So Krishna says that you have to be away from these things, that a devotee should never bring forward any grief, any agitation to the world, nor get agitated by the world. So that is the key that Sri Krishna is saying. Not afflicting anybody in this world, and not getting afflicted by the happenings of the world. We have to be very strong, determined, firm. Dhrudha nishchaya, that dhrudha quality that Sri Krishna had told about earlier. We have to be very firm. Not get carried away by happenings in the world, nor let anyone get carried away, agitated by our thoughts, words and deeds in this world. And then, of course, you have to be free from, mukta from harsha, amarsha, bhaya and udvega. Free from excessive expression of rejoice, of joy, of happiness, of sorrow, of pleasure, and excessive expression of the negative traits of envy, jealousy, and be under that doom of cloud of fear all the time. No way. Sri Krishna says, get rid of that fear. And then get rid of that anxiety, get rid of that udvega. What is going to happen? And is it right or wrong? Get rid of it. Whatever is happening, it is Lord's doing. Accept it as a Lord's doing. And don't get perturbed. Don't get into that emotional conflict of udvega, of anxiety. So this is what Sri Krishna has taught us in this 15th shloka, to make sure that the devotee is dear to me. The devotee is dear to the Lord. The devotee is dear to the Krishna. So with that, here again, Sri Ramakrishna has got something to add to what Sri Krishna has taught us. Sri Ramakrishna says, that man wastes his own time and energy who always engages himself in recounting the worths of others. Why one has to always keep on recounting worth of others? You yourself are such a great worthy person. You are a devotee of the Lord. What more you want? Don't get carried away by what others have gained. Don't get carried away by the riches of others. Don't get carried away by accomplishments of the others. You yourself have that potential, that capability, that you are able to do that what others have done. Don't get carried away. So Sri Ramakrishna says that man wastes his own time and energy who always engages himself in recounting the worth of the others. For in doing so, he neither gains in building his own character nor in getting fixed in the glory of the Lord. What is happening? His entire time, entire energy is getting wasted in just glorifying others. It is of no use. With that, he is actually downgrading his own stature by unnecessarily glorifying others. So never get into that act as per Sri Ramakrishna. That don't compare, you are who you are. Be happy with it. You are the Lord's child and remain contented with whatever you have got. Don't have those negative emotional outbursts. So if you have to fix your mind on the glory of the Lord, forget about glories of others. You just think about the glory of the Lord. That is the ultimate glory. And that is what Sri Ramakrishna has also beautifully put it here in giving this example and giving this teaching. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji.